Right, Matt is here. Oh my gosh, your picture's not there. Where's your picture?
But there I am.
I got your cartoon there, not your real face. Okay, let me get your real face. There, I'm getting closer. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here I am.
Now, wait a minute. I just got to put your cartoon in here.
My cartoon.
I like to have there you are in the corner. See?
Hello? Where am I?
It's kind of like your logo.
Hello.
He's on your shirt now.
Hello.
He's all,
Help me.
he's all over you. He's all over you. It's like an annoying gnat. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing okay. How you doing, Larry?
Gosh, is it a busy time of year for you?
Actually, kind of slowed up this week. Well, it's only Tuesday.
Well, maybe. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is the Christmas/winter season an issue for you as a car man?
Just for cars, like right now, batteries are ridiculous. It's like I don't think there's enough batteries in the state of Florida.
Even though we had hardly any cold
I
temperatures.
know, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's like this sudden drop or whatever. It's like the drop and then it's back to hot and then it drops again. It just kills them. It does it every year. I don't understand, but.
Well, I hope my battery lasts.
I do too. Well, we put a battery in yours.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So you're under warranty.
But I'm not alone. Everybody hopes that, right?
Everybody, yeah. No, who wants to have? Who wakes up in the morning saying, "Man, I hope my car breaks down today"?
What do you think? Hey, this is a car-related, but not a direct car question. What do you think is the best car service, or is that an unfair question? In other words, like the AAA type of places. Is AAA the absolute best as far as getting somebody to come help you, give you gas, give you a tow, give you a jump?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So if you go out and get AAA, which I recommend people to get AAA or some kind of roadside assistance,
yeah,
right? But AAA, they get all this glory, and I'm going to put a shout out to one of my guys.
Yeah, I want to hear about them.
All right, so
because I'm thinking about signing up for something like that.
Okay, so here's the deal. So in our county, if you have AAA, I believe you're gonna. I got a buddy named Mike, and he owns Carl Johnson Towing. He owns Duggan Towing. He owns Superior Towing. He owns C&M Towing. He owns all these different tow companies. And so if you're a AAA member and you make that phone call, you need some assistance, they're going to call my buddy Mike, and Mike's going to come, and he's the one that's going to help you. It's not AAA. AAA's not going to come out and help you. Mike's going to come out and help you out of one of his companies, one of his tow companies. And the reason he has so many tow companies is...
So how do we sign up with him?
You don't sign up with him. You have to go through AAA. But it's like AAA gets all the glory.
Oh, I see.
And all these companies under... It's kind of like, it's kind of like, Uber, I guess, or one of those kind of app type things.
Okay, right.
Uber gets all this recognition, and it's
really the driver.
The drivers are the reflection of the company. The company is really nothing.
Well, that's good to hear, actually. So, but it still sounds like you still need AAA or something like that, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, check. A lot of folks, check your insurance policies. A lot of insurance policies, when you get, like if you have a newer car and it's financed and you got full coverage, a lot of those insurance companies, you get roadside assistance.
But see, the full coverage, I have to ask you about that too. You need full coverage in order to get your windshield replaced without having to pay anything, right?
Right.
Okay, so full coverage is important. But yet, all these financial guys say, don't get full coverage if your car's older than whatever, how many years?
Well, or if your car's still financed. If it's financed, you have to have full coverage. There's no
right.
So if the cost of the insurance is greater than the value of the car, then you don't want to pay full coverage. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably where I'm at, I guess.
No, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm happy with everything the way it is right now, so I should just leave it alone, huh?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, but going back to AAA, so I call. Let's say I'm stuck on the road. God forbid. I always have to do my superstition thing.
Yeah, right.
God
forbid. Throw holy water on you.
So I'm stuck on the turnpike. God forbid. and I have to call AAA. Can I say, hey, my personal guy is Mike?
No.
No, you can't do that.
No.
Well,
no. If you're on the interstate and you're in Marion County, Mike's going to be the guy that they probably call.
Oh, I see.
Anyway,
I see.
But let's say you're in Orlando on the interstate and you have a problem.
Right.
Ooh. Now, if
Why?
You
What's wrong?
If you don't have AAA plus,
Okay.
then you're going to get towed to a facility, within that area there. If you had AAA plus, I'm not sure.
So bring your car home?
Yeah, if you're within so many miles, they will, or you can pay the difference. And I think you can pay the difference regardless. But with AAA plus, there's some more benefits, and that's something you may want to look at. It may just be a few more dollars, and you get way more benefits, kind of thing. It may be worth it.
Have I ever told you about Traveling Robert?
No.
Do you know who that is?
No.
All right. This is, oh my God, I love this guy's videos. He's a guy named Robert from Miami, and he's got a Winnebago. He pulls behind his truck. Okay. So he was going on a road trip. He was coming up this way, as a matter of fact. And he does these videos. I don't know him personally, but anyway. So his truck engine was replaced. And apparently they did something wrong in replacing it. Long story short, he broke down somewhere around here. So he was a good 300 miles away from home. And his guy brought him up a truck, and brought his back to the garage that originally put it in so he could continue his road trip with his Winnebago. That sounds like a plus to me.
That's a great service right there.
So I wonder what he used.
I don't know. That sounds like it might have been not even a roadside assistance thing. It may have been that the garage,
just the garage honored their work.
Right. Just they seem like they went out of their way to take care of their customer.
That? Like if you put an engine in my car and I broke down in Phoenix.
Yeah. I'm on my way, Larry. I'm on my way. No, I'll give you a for instance of something we did. This is a real story. It's not, okay. So we did a rear end in here we go with these rear ends again. Larry, every time I say the word rear end, you ought to see Larry's face. And he kind of like glows.
No. It's not that I have a dirty mind. It's that I do a radio show, you see?
Okay, so we worked on this guy's rear differential on his truck, and he actually made it to New York. And one of the seals that we had replaced, it was an axle seal, one of the seals was defective and caused the fluid to come out while he was driving.
Oh, that's not good.
And it wasn't good. And he ran it out of, and I couldn't get upset at the customer. He's on the road driving. He's not. And so anyway, he gets to New York. He has a problem. So he calls me and says, "Hey, I have a problem.
Far away from you."
So, and I'm like, okay. And so what I do is I contact the company I buy the parts from, and and it's a national company, so they research the area in which he's broke down. And then they give me several phone numbers of different repair shops in that area. So I reach out and make some phone calls and talk to some shop owners, explain to them the situation. I'm here in Florida. This is my customer in New York.
Really?
This is what happened. And I'm asking for a professional courtesy, and so therefore, and I talk to different ones and kind of interview them and see.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah,
you kind of get a vibe.
You ever get any of that? You just say, no,
thanks for answering the phone, but we're going to go to shop number 2 here.
That's good.
And so I made that phone call and arranged it, and I just said, listen, whatever the customer needs, you just take care of it. And call me and I'll make payment. Now, I will do what I need to do on my end to deal with the parts or whatever I need to do.
Correct, okay.
But my motive is for the customer not to have to be inconvenienced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're amazing, really.
So that's what we did. So, and then the shop, they worked with me well. I agreed upon what they said to do. I gave them a credit card number over the phone. The customer's happy. They're on the road, and they're back on their trip again.
Dude, you guys are awesome. When I hear stories like that, and I know there are lots of them, and personally, Rob and I know some people that you've helped out, so it's just amazing how you can even do. Today's the day of giving, they say. I don't know why today is, but today's
Giving Day?
Yeah, Giving Tuesday or something.
Giving Tuesday.
Yeah. So I can give you a hard time.
Yeah, thanks.
But no, seriously, I mean, you guys really do step up to the plate and help everybody out. And I'm always bragging about just the little radio station, the little garage that can or could, or that does.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, and that's just kind of why that's if we can't do it this way, I'd be honest with you, I'd just rather go do something different.
I wish people would realize that when you chose to name your garage Sunrise with an O, S-O-N Rise,
Right.
that there's really a lot behind that. That really says a lot about your integrity. I mean, anybody could have picked the name, but at the same time, the reason you picked the name is everything.
Well, and knowing that and picking that name, and this is just being, it's just me and you and my 13 listeners, but honestly, picking that name in the beginning, I had counsel saying, do you understand by choosing this name, you're going to be looked upon probably a little bit harder than if you named it something else.
Interesting. Who told you that?
A friend of mine.
That sounds probably very wise. Yeah. Oh,
just
yeah.
because you're choosing to take this stand.
Yeah.
You're going to probably get a little criticized a little bit harder.
Is he right?
Yeah, he is. I get challenged. Oh, you say you're a Christian company, or you're supposed to be this, or because people I have people want things done for free. Because I'm a Christian company, you're supposed to do it for free.
Right.
If God tells me to do it for free, I'll do it for free. But other than that, I can't do these things for free.
Has God ever told you to do it for free?
Yeah, He has. And I do it for free.
Did God play a role in me taking that on a 1,000 miles?
God didn't have to
That
tell
was
me
just
that.
you.
No, that was just me. I said, here you go, Larry, go for it, But God has instructed me or led me to do certain things in our company and over the last 25 years, and it's at the end of the day, it's His business. So I better be a good steward of His.
At the end of the day, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So did I ask you, or did you comment on the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
You asked me. I have not seen the movie yet.
But that's a real story, right?
That's what I.
It's interesting, isn't it? I want to go see it.
I like the history of automobile history. How this all transpired and all the different people. You hear like Chevrolet, and to go back and to understand who he was and. Walt Chrysler and the Dodge brothers, and just listening to all the history and how they all Lee Iacocca worked for Henry Ford at one and
right. It is interesting.
It's interesting
isn't it?
the different names and how things got developed and how actually the automotive industry created in America created a middle class society. It was from the automotive industry.
Because of the factories?
Because of the factories, and not only and then when they started doing pay for performance. So, back in the day, I think it was, and I may be off by a little bit of this time, but this was kind of when Henry Ford, when they started producing the Model A's, right? And it would take them I think it would take them, what was it? 91 hours to bring it from completion.
Wow.
Yeah, but
that sounds good.
It really, and it was, but then when Henry Ford modernized or changed the way that we're going to build these things, this assembly line. When he put the assembly lines together, they brought from 91 hours to 91 minutes. They could actually build a whole car in 91 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, it was ridiculous. And then these guys are getting paid on, hey, I get paid on my performance, not on the amount of time I'm here. So it gave these people an opportunity.
That's one of them right there.
To make some money, and creating this whole.
You know what? I think too. I've heard this that the patent laws in this country gave people an incentive for inventing things. So something. Yeah. Remember, we had that one discussion one time about the guy who invented the windshield wipers, or the intermittent. Not even the wipers themselves, but the intermittent thing.
Right.
I think there was a movie about that, but the incentive was the residual money that you could get. Right?
Yeah. Well, and look at the opportunity. So many things that we use today, so many things, so many products we have, what came out of cars, the automotive industry.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many other products, so many things that to me, it's astounding to me when you stop and think about You walk up, when you drive your car and you pull into a gas station and you put gas in a car, how they came up with the formula that stuff in that tank,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That is amazing.
Will work in this engine.
Was the motorcycle first? Did the first combustion engine get installed into a two-wheeled vehicle? That's what I'm trying to ask.
I'm sure.
Because I'm so glad we have four-wheel. I don't know. I'd fall over, I think. If I was going 60 miles an hour down the road with only two wheels. Are you a motorcycle guy?
No, I'm not. No.
No.
After all, what a motorcycle did to my house.
Yeah, right. All right, phone lines are open. I should have mentioned this earlier. The number is 622-9622. Matt is here both as himself and as his cartoon self. If you're looking at the video here, there you are, right there. Look at that, you're on the wall. Oh, you're on the tree.
I'm on the tree. I'm like an ornament.
Hey, we can make you into an Oh, wait a minute. I can make you a patch. Let me shrink you.
A patch?
Yeah, right there on your shirt. You're a patch on your own shirt. Right there. Right there.
Wow.
How about on your shoulder? How about I put you...
Oh, yeah.
There.
Yeah, hey, buddy. Hey.
Talk to yourself. Is that the good guy or is that the bad guy?
That's the good guy.
Is that the one that gives you good advice or bad advice? The guy who gives you bad advice.
Well, that's probably the guy that gives me the bad advice. You'd have to make a cartoon character of my wife and put her on my other shoulder.
Oh, no, that was just bad. No pumpkin pie for you.
No, she's my good advice.
Oh, she's the good one. Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's definitely my bad advice.
You've never had a bad advice giver.
Oh, I've given bad advice.
No, mean to you.
Oh, I've had bad advice given to me.
From your psyche?
From all kinds of people. Yeah.
Isn't that the truth, though? I mean, don't you have in life people you think, oh, gosh, this guy's going to know. And you go ask for advice, and you think this is a person who knows. And it could be a car guy, because in my case, I could easily be fooled by a car guy. That's why your relationship with me is so important, because, I mean, you're a good friend, too. But, I mean, if all I knew you for was my car guy, I would still, you know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody who gives you, you know what you need.
Right.
You need and they could say anything. Right. I wouldn't know.
No, and we deal with that all the time. All the time. I went on this forum on the internet, and it says I need to buy this $442 Canucci valve, and it's going to fix my car. And I'm like, I ain't never even heard of the $442 Canucci valve, and I've done this for 27 years. Well, I've done it for long. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't understand. The people go in and research this stuff online, and 90% of the time, it makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But they'll call me up and they'll like, I'm telling you, if you do this, it'll fix my car.
Maybe it's common car mechanics. Maybe that's what it is.
I feel stupid sometimes when these people call me up and tell me how they're going to fix their car. I said, well, then why don't you just fix the car?
Yeah, right.
I don't have...
Oh, do you get a lot of that? People really coming to you not to fix their car, but to get advice on how they can do it themselves?
No, they seriously, it seems like a lot of people will do the research. And I think a lot of it, the research comes from they don't want to get ripped off. You know, they don't want to...
makes sense.
You know, if we're going to do this particular procedure on the car, they want to pay a fair price. They don't want to pay more than they should. And I think that's where a lot of it stems from. But in the research of that, then they come up with all these different scenarios and all these different
right.
You know, I had a buddy of mine that bought a van, and he's got a DVD player in the van, and the DVD player doesn't work. And he said, "Look," so he goes on this forum and it says, buy this tape.
Yeah.
You know, the tape. It looks like a tape, and it's got like wires that's flexible.
Yeah.
You know, like a ribbon.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Buy this ribbon, and it'll fix everything. I'm like, well, okay, if that's what they say, if you want to buy it, I'll put it in, or bring it over to me and let me just check it out. So we take it all apart. I had to drop the headliner. And I'm like, I don't even know where this ribbon even is.
Oh, no.
Well, it's inside the unit.
So...
Well, you can't open the unit.
Did you fix it?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Oh, so that's all that matters.
But it had nothing to do with what
he said. Do you have
any
Christmas gift wishes? Do you want me... Like, if I'm going shopping for Matt, what would you like?
I wouldn't mind like a 2012 Chrysler Challenger.
I have an
6.2.
idea for you, though.
Huh?
I don't know how much it costs. I do have an idea. Can I tell you my gift idea for you?
Yeah.
Because you need this.
Okay, I do. I need it.
You know that hose that strikes us across the parking lot so you know somebody's out there?
Yeah, the ding, the hose.
The bell.
The bell.
Rings the bell.
Yes.
You don't have one.
I don't, and I really want one.
You need one.
I do.
How much does that cost?
I have no idea. I need one. When you pull into my shop, they go ding ding.
When I was a kid, I would get air in my tire at the corner gas station.
Yes.
And I would always drive over that hose.
Got to drive over the hose.
And the guy would always stick his head out and go,
"Quit it."
Okay, thanks. That's it. Okay, thanks. Back when air was free.
I give free air.
Is that before? Oh, you give free air? Oh, really? But is that before your time? I mean, do you remember when air pumps at all gas stations were free?
No. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Hey, when I was growing up, I'm 53 years old, man.
Okay.
So when I was growing up, I worked at a service station. Not only was air free, water was free, air was free.
Right.
And we even vacuumed out people's cars while they were getting gas.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was part of what we did.
I don't remember that ever.
Yeah. If
But
you
I do
came
remember
to
the oil
our full service part. We had a full service station. You could get self-serve. But if you came to full serve, and if you wanted, we washed your windows. We checked the air pressure in your tires. We checked the oil. And we vacuumed out the inside.
And, I think New Jersey is not the vacuuming part. But I think they still have full service. I don't think you're allowed to pump your own.
Right, in certain areas, if there's a certain amount of people in a geographical area, if there's a certain number of people, then you're not allowed to pump your own gas.
Oh my gosh! Well, I will see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Do you know? I don't know if you're going to be here, but Tuesday is the day before Christmas. So I don't know.
No,
Christmas probably Eve. Not. Christmas Eve, you're not going to be here.
I might be here because we might leave at noon.
Where are you going?
No. I'm not going anywhere, but we might shut down the shop.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you for everything, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
If you want to go see Matt or take your car to Sunrise Automotive, let me squeeze this in there real quickly. Sunrise Automotive is at 1800 Northwest 10th Street here in Ocala. The phone number is 690-1993. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Over at Sunrise Automotive, we'll treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. At today's Ocala City Council meeting, council members are expected to make a decision regarding the installation of newly elected